Rod Manhammer. No, I'm here now. It's J510, no more 30 minutes. Cut it out. Hey, it's been a rough week, okay? How you doing, fam? Now, what do you call this? You know what I'm really concerned about? I was thinking about the guys training. You got guys posting up videos all the time. It looks like they're busting butt and going over it, but it's nothing like really training. But again, if that is the case, now no team in the NFL has any advantages as far as that goes. What's going to do to the quality of the game, though, when the season starts? These guys can't get in some hardcore training. Then again, I think things could actually get to the point soon. The game is September. There could be some time to train in the summer because you've heard. I'm not going to say anything because I'm no doctor or anything like that, but you've heard some of the things they're saying about this disgusting virus. It could actually suffer in the summer. So therefore, that's when our guys are going to get a chance to get the training in. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see on that. Headline today is, are the 49ers done with free agency? Because the Niners are not just filled with needs at any rate, but there are a few free agents still available for some sensitive areas remaining on the roster if they are still concerned with the tiny amount of cash they have to spend. In fact, here's the thing, there is an argument going on amongst fans as to what the 49ers should do with pick number 13. Should you trade it? Should you get I would suspect the biggest majority of people assume pretty much the 49ers, I'm in that camp too. I am almost certain Kyle's going to use that for a wide receiver. Here's a guy who's been looking for a wide receiver each and every year. He goes into camp saying things, I'm looking for somebody to step up so I can appoint them my guy. So every year, and Debo, I think, kind of did that last year, finally. Kendrick Bourne is that guy, the steady guy that's on the side. Emmanuel Sanders was the man. Emmanuel Sanders is gone. So that would prompt, for all those other needs that some folks find to be their personal thing. I'm just saying it opinion-wise. Offensive line, yes, it is involved. Cornerback, safety, they're still on the list, of course. But top priority has got to be, Shannon's going to say, look, I see a receiver I like, and it's going to depend on who he likes. Because there's been receivers down to the last few years that Kyle missed on that he didn't realize he probably should have picked up. But, they weren't always available, though. So, it's like that. We got Debo, though, last year. That was a good shot. Dante Pettis year before. Jury's still out. Pettis has got some fans. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. We talk about Pettis on this program. We don't miss a program. We talk about Dante every time we get together, don't we? Dante, come on, man. Anyway, looking at the offensive line, top available, DeMar Dotson's available, Courtney Glenn is available, James Hurst, Ronald Leary, Jason Peters on his last legs, Darrell Williams, he's just not that good. Currently on the 49er roster, you got Kofi Amichia, Jake Brindle. Who are these people? Daniel Brunskill, of course, Sean Coleman, Jared Jones-Smith, Mike McGlinchey, Ross Reynolds, Weston Richburg, Joe Staley, Lincoln Thomas. I saw a video of him working out the other day. Leonard Wester, you know him? Justin School. So analysis on this is Niners already moved on from right guard Mike Person and could seek the benefit of a veteran free agent. The team recently tendered offensive lineman Daniel Brunskill, who made several starts at both tackle spots and guard at various points during the course of last season. Brunskill, who was an integral part of the 49ers' success last season, and he probably will assume a larger role in 2020 since he did prove that, hey, guys, I belong here. They just made a mistake up until now. This year's draft is also expected to have a surplus of high-end offensive talent where the 49ers can add depth or or address the void at right guard. Niners could seek the eventual replacement for Joe Staley. Of course, this is something we have to all come to grips with soon, because you figure Joe Staley has probably got 2 years, maybe. I really wish we could, if we could win a Super Bowl next year, I think Joe Staley would go ahead and kick back and maybe stay with the organization in another role. I don't want to see Joe Staley ever leave the 49ers. But he can come off the field now. But he needs somebody to come in there and take his job. So, All-Pro Joe signed a 2-year contract extension last June in his 14th NFL season. He enters the final year of his contract. This is a high priority. Probably the top priority 49ers have is probably offensive lineman. Although Kyle's not going to pick up an offensive lineman in the first round. And when I say Kyle, could I be wrong on that? Could John Lynch overrule Kyle? Because I think Kyle has given John that carte blanche. Listen, you're the general manager, man. We're gonna get together on all decisions, but at the end of the day, you're gonna make the decisions. Could be like that. Wide receiver, that's next on the list. Top available: Geronimo Allison, Taylor Gabriel, Rashard Higgins, Johnny Holton's out there, Demarcus Robinson. Do any of those names appeal to you? See, currently on the Niners roster: Kendrick Bourne, Marquise Goodwin, Jalen Hurd, Richie James Jr. There's that name, Mrs. Pettis' baby boy, Dante, Sean Poindexter, Deebo Samuel, Trent Taylor, Chris Thompson. Who's Chris Thompson? Analysis on this particular room. The biggest news surrounding the Niners pass catchers was the loss of vet Eman Sanders to the Saints in free agency. Sanders hauled in 36 passes for 502 yards and 3 touchdowns in only 10 games. And quickly emerges as pretty much a key asset amongst the Niners' young receiver core as he taught them how to be pros. And he did it really quickly, too, when you think about it, because Eman was there for only a couple of weeks for the 49ers, the entire roster. That's when Kyle decided to point some guys out. Hey, you, and you. You guys are my guys going forward. And the rest of you guys pay attention, learn, and get better. Strange how that worked out. The Niners are anticipating, I'm sorry. Let me get back here, though. The team could look to fill Sanders' void through free agency. That or seek a talented wideout in what has been referred to as the deepest draft class of receivers in recent history. This is why when people on social media keep saying everything but a wide receiver for that 13th pick, man, this wide receiver room is one of the best in a long, long time, which means you're not going to see this again anytime soon. So if you think Kyle Shanahan's going to pass on it, I wouldn't bet on it. Anyway, the Niners are anticipating the return of Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd. Taylor missed the entire 2019 season, as you know, following multiple setbacks from a stress fracture in his foot that just would not heal. Trent went back in under that knife several times trying to get that thing fixed. It just wouldn't. Infection, all kind of complications took place all season long, keeping Trent from training and working out and getting back on the field. You got Jalen Hurd nursing a back injury. Both are expected to make full return by the return of the season training camp this summer. But given their history, isn't it kind of scary, though? It's not like they came out there and got hurt playing. These guys are just not able to play due to things that, they're kind of looks like they're out of their control. Jalen did play and get hurt, the back injury, but somebody said he had that back injury even before he left school. I didn't even know about that. And that's a medium priority with the 49ers, though. But you figure if Taylor Gabriel, I got a feeling Kyle was sitting around and waiting to see if he'd get any bids. Now, you get these guys like Demarcus Robinson and Taylor Gabriel, Rashard. These are the guys you can come up and say, I got an offer for you. We don't have a lot of money. There it is. Take it or leave it. What are they going to do? They're going to say no? See, now you got him right where you want him. If Kyle wants Taylor, he'd have to cut ties with Marquise Goodwin first. But if he wants Taylor, that's the speed guy. If not, you go ahead and you look at pretty much. And a lot of us believe that Ruggs is going to be the guy. I really do think if Ruggs is there at 13, he is a 49er. I know about Judy. I feel the same way as you do. He is friggin' awesome. He could not come at the wrong time. This is a time when Kyle's looking at that guy to take the top off. Get them safeties the hell up out the middle of the field. Judy won't do that for you, but Judy could smoke them. So I don't know, mate. We'll see. My own opinion is going to go for Ruggs. And finally, cornerback. And by the way, the wide receiver thing is only a medium priority due to the fact that the draft is so stacked. Cornerback top available. You got Prince Amakamura, Bashard Breeland, Ronald Darby, Jonathan Joseph, Xavier, all Pro Bowl Rhodes. I mean, don't start. I mean, somebody's going to mention his name today, ain't you? Because you know what? I tell you what, Logan Ryan is also currently holding positions on the 49ers roster is Tim Harris, Jermaine Kelly. Who's Jermaine Kelly? Emmanuel Mosley, Richard Sherman, Tease Tabor. I remember him. Juan Williams. Some of these guys have been on the practice squad hanging out. So I didn't really know what they were doing. And then there's Spoon, of course. Analysis here. Niners saw production from two of their young corners in 2019. Witherspoon and Mosley both saw snaps opposite Sherman at various points in the season and aided in the Niners' second-ranked passing defense. So when I'm on social media and people start saying things, man, this secondary still sucks. What the hell are you smoking, man? How does secondary still go suck and be ranked second in the league? Come on, man. I actually got into an argument with somebody the other day. I ain't going to mention no names. What are you? Okay. Maybe you may sympathize with that individual. I'm not going to say anything else about that. Sherman will enter the final year of his contract with the Niners, returning to elite form. Sherman allowed a passer rating of 45.3 en route to a Pro Bowl selection and second team All-Pro honors. I know. I've you know you can't base an entire judgment over two plays. They were the most important plays of the season, of course, but they were. I like Sherm. I don't care if he comes back next year. He doesn't. That's my call. You can make your own whatever you want. While the Niners have the option of extending Sherm beyond 2020, there's a possibility the Niners could add another veteran to play opposite Sherm. Watch Xavier Rose, Dave, start rolling. Or seek potential success in the draft. Fam, this is a medium priority, but you know what, quite frankly? If the 49ers did, Xavier's still out there, which is very strange. If the 49ers did ask Xavier, did he want to play with the 49ers, and he said yes, I couldn't get mad at it. In our scheme, he may be better than he is in Minnesota. I do think Ronald Darby's a better idea, but, that's just me. This is 49ers may pass this whole thing and think we're fine. So we'll see. Anyway, Liam Mooney, what's going on, fam? Yeah, Liam says, thanks for the platform, Roman. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks, Liam, for that. Appreciate you, too, fam. Appreciate you, too. Horatio Flores. Wouldn't it be nice to have Ruggs and Taylor Gabriel on the same field? Jared Carter, my little George says hi. Hi, little George. Rachel Flores also said, bro, but Bourne is weird. He can catch the most hard pass and he can drop the most easy. He'd finally stopped doing that, though, after Sanders. I think he may have had one easy drop after Sanders got back, but for the most part, Bourne was solid. A lot of times people can't get over the past and not notice the present. Bourne turned into a clutch receiver second half, or after Sanders showed up. He was solid. I mean, rock solid. G-Rock says that wide receiver we picked up is speedy, fast. Have you seen his highlights? No, Benjamin, he goes back a long way. He's been around the league for a long time. He's just been going downhill in production every year. Maybe he goes uphill suddenly. I don't know. If I had to bet on it, though, I said he doesn't make it out of camp. We'll see. Corvettes rule and Mustangs drool. He says, the dude we picked up for the Chargers had a lot of drop. Here it is. G. Rogers, if you want to know, here's the story on him. The dude we picked up for the Chargers had a lot of drop passes and he caught a punt and turned around and went into the wrong end zone for a safety. Lord have mercy. And I didn't even know about that. Yeah, Benjamin is strange. I don't even know why the 49ers picked him up, actually. Anyway, we'll see. I think it's just camp meat. They cannot be serious about picking him up for anything more than that. But he is fast. I ain't got no argument with that. Let me get the shout in.
Bring it in, baby.
For the man, Rod. Rod, get on in there, man.
The Rod is the leadoff man today. I love it. What's going on, Ronbo?
Wait for that fastball, Rod. Rod, I'm talking about, like, we ain't got no money left, and these guys that are hanging out now call themselves free agents. And, Rod, let me run this by you real quick for a laugh. I'm like, Bucky Brooks is on KMBR talking about, if it was my choice, if I was Cam Newton, I would consider going to the 49ers. Bucky Brooks. The hell is wrong with you? Can you imagine? Kyle wants nothing to do with Bucky or Cam. I ain't got nothing against Cam. Well, all right, Rod, go ahead and touch upon that and any other receivers you think, or any other player that you think ought to be added to the free agency situation until the 49ers can they make a difference. Bucky, boy. Cam Newton. Ain't nobody talk about Jadeveon Clowney. Rod?
Yeah, man, I'm listening to you. I tell you what, man, Cam Newton, the Cam Newton rumors, man, y'all kill that shit. We got Nick Mullins.
Oh, God. No.
We got Nick Mullins, and as far as Jadeveon goes, hey, look, come off that money, dog. Got to come down.
He does.
If you want to come down on that price, hey, why not?
You can play. Rod, I'm with you on that.
Absolutely, but
if Jadeveon stopped clowning
bottom
like
line
he's
is
elite player, okay.
Yeah, and not to take that from him, I think he has elite potential, but, one thing that's hurt Jadeveon Clowney, hell, starting in South Carolina is just fucking being available to play. You never know when the injury bug's gonna take effect. But I think right now we're in a position where we're so good now as far as the talent and as far as the Super Bowl roster that we had last year that it's like I said one time before, man, players that want to win championships will be willing to come to San Francisco. Nobody wants to take a discount, but everybody wants a Super Bowl ring. Mm-hmm. Am I right or wrong?
Look at Jimmy Ward. Look at Eric Armstead. Armstead, that money he got, he just took that money. Eric was willing to drop. See, this is that's what you're talking about. Do you want to win?
Yeah.
Or do you need to be made out of more money you ever go spend?
100%, man. I'm on you. I'm with you on that. And talking to some of these guys on the chat line, I feel like I don't get the guy's name because it kind of went kind of fast, but I think the last time I spoke with you, I told you the same thing. Jerry Judy, love him. You know me, man. I'm diehard Crimson Tide.
Them some good players.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah, a gentleman addressed me on the internet and said that Henry Rose didn't show up against major competition. That's not true, buddy. It's all about the game planning. So you got to keep something in mind about the Crimson Tide, and we're not going to make this about Crimson Tide. I know this is the 9 hotline, but
you need to, because somebody need to clear this up about them receivers. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Crimson Tide has had like 3 different offensive coordinators, man, in the last, I think, between 4 or 5 years. And the one time we had Lane Kiffin, we had Sarkisian, who's there now. And then you got to think about the shuffling at the quarterback position between Jalen Hurst and Tua. So, as far as the production of the quarterback, a lot of times the game plans change with the receivers. Jerry Judy was getting most of the balls in the beginning of the season, but then towards the end, he wasn't. Mm-hmm. He was the person that most defenses was in on, and it freed open Henry Ruggs, and that's when you actually got to see the skill set of Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs has great hands, too. A lot of catches from Jerry Judy, a lot of those catches came with the body. Another thing that I like about Ruggs is this. You're not going to just get him down on initial contact. The dude refuses to go down. So, knowing how Kyle Shanahan covets that speed That's the only reason that I would go Ruggs.
Mm.
Won't get mad if he took Judy. Wouldn't get mad about Judy, but I think Henry Ruggs learning how to run routes from Kyle Shanahan is the wide receiver of the future.
Tell you.
That's just the way I see it.
And if he got that yak, oh, you know how Kyle love him some yak. So
Oh yeah, y'all.
that's
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So you know.
So,
And
but I'm either way it go, I'm confident that between him and Lynch, I guarantee they'll make the right decision. I don't think that we got this far going brick by brick just to regress with our decision making. I think it's on, man. Revenge tour, baby. Get your tickets.
Smoking hot. Rod, I'm telling you, man, I love when you come in with stuff about receivers from the Tide, man, you could go on for hours like that, man. That team is like legendary when it comes to coaching, which is amazing because they keep that offensive system it's like a turnstile with the coaches, and they still come up with good product. So that says something about the whole program. So
yeah.
Anyway.
And my last comment will be this, man. Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy Garoppolo, the both of them, hell, John Lynch. Everybody from those.
Rod, I think, okay, we lost you. Okay, production's cut. Be careful, guys. I guess we run over time, and production just cut you off, and I don't even know what's going to be this. So, Rod, let me give a shout out, though. A Niners! All right, who's next? Hey, Derek, come on in, fam. Oh. Reeves Remo. He said, sup? If Simmons is there at 13, do you take him or wide receiver? Wide receiver. So we're not hurting at linebacker. So you got to go get that guy you need. Hey, Derek, come on in, man.
Hello.
Which one? Derek and VA?
Is it two Dereks on the phone?
I think so. Well, we got Ronbo right where we want him.
Yeah, because I'm totally confused.
Hey, Ronbo, you can come back to me. I'll wait. This is Derek and VA.
Okay, Derek, we're looking for you. Was that Rod? Okay, never mind. Derek, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was just, good evening, as usual, Ronbo. Shout out to the faithful. I just wanted to note, Ronbo, did you see that the kid Benjamin we got from the Chargers? I believe he played with Shanahan when he was back with the Browns.
He did.
Yeah, and when they went on that run, and he's a burner, Ronbo. I'm not sure how much speed he still has or his injury history, but
I know about
he's
his speed.
familiar with the system, I'm sure. So.
Yeah. The problem is he's on the. I don't know what happened to him. He's not that old, but he plays old. He's had a really bad time the last couple of seasons. Productions have gone up. Though, in his defense, it could have something to do with the programs he's been involved with, the quarterback. It could be any number of things. I like to think when Kyle says get somebody that he knows what he's doing. Travis Benjamin wasn't on anybody's list as far as bringing him in. So that he's with the 49ers, I don't know. I keep looking at it as just something to fill up the roster for the 93-man roster thing that they need to camp, right?
Which could be true.
Yeah,
I did watch his highlights, and he does run. They use some very similar in some ways, like with the jet sweeps and stuff like that. But he also ran deep routes. But I'm not sure how much of that is.
Oh yeah, he's a vertical threat. Yeah, when you run as fast as he's a 4.3 guy.
Yeah, I think I think we're serious about getting back to the Super Bowl, and he could just be depth at this point, or he could be competition for Marquise. I mean, nobody knows really our receiving room right now. I mean, we know of three guys we have.
Yeah, he's a punt returner too, so he'd be more Richie James push than Goodwin.
Well, yeah, he might be an upgrade in that position then.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
As a matter of fact, Ronbo.
Yeah, I really wish I knew what they're going to do with Marquise. It's really...
Yeah, I don't know about him, and I don't know about Richie either.
Yeah. Richie's going to compete in camp. But Marquise, are they going to bring him in or not? Are they just going to release him? It's hard to say. There's not going to be an Olympics, so he's not going to be training for that. So he can train for football and focus on that.
True.
instead of the Olympics.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that,
I'd
Ronbo.
love to know
Yep.
what they're doing with Marquise. I have no idea.
Huh. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, go back and look at watch those highlights when Jimmy first came over.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
was the
Marquise
man.
is one of his guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was burning people too. So
Main target.
very curious about that receiving room. I'm not too concerned about too many other positions, even with Defoe being gone. We have some of the best depth in the NFL right now. So
Yeah, we're not.
somebody's got to step up.
Yeah.
He's not here anymore, so got to move on.
And Derek, you know what we're going to find out this year? We're going to, you know what, there was a lot of games when it was almost blasphemous to say anything about DeForest Buckner. Defoe had a lot of great games, but there were some games where Defoe didn't seem to have any impact at all, right? And I'm wondering, is that because they nullified him because of the game plan, the opposing team was running, or what? So we're going to find out this year how different we look. If there was anything in your mind that was in question, you're going to find out this next year about the frontline defense post DeForest Buckner.
Yep, we're almost at draft time, Ronbo. But shout out to you and Mel doing the vid earlier. I checked that out.
Yeah.
But
thanks.
Shout out to the faithful, Ronbo. I'm gonna get out of here, man.
All right, Derek. Appreciate you, fam.
All right now.
See you later. See you Sunday.
All right
Big
now.
Show. I'm not falling in love with Marquise again. I'm just wondering what they're doing with him. I mean, you don't hear anything about him ever. Nothing. Anything. Zip. Zero. Nada. What's going on with Goodwin? So the rumors are going around they're going to release him. Another rumor says they're shopping him. But what is the truth? Lee probably knows the truth.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, as a matter of fact, I was just talking about you, and I was saying, I wonder if Lee knows what's going on with Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah, well, I remember last time Shay said that they get your hopes up on Gladney because he injured he said he broke his foot. But he said he read it wrong, Ronbo. But it wasn't that, it was a meniscus tear.
Wait.
You better double check Shay's comments. Nah, when Shay last time he said that he hurt his foot and that he wouldn't be worth picking. But then I remember I told you he had a meniscus tear. He said he got that wrong. He admitted it, Ronbo.
Oh, Show admits he's wrong. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got him on that, and you got him to admit he was wrong. Actually, Show's never admitted it. I've never.
Yeah, not on here though.
Show, it's okay. Actually, I've caught Show a couple times.
He'll probably still be hoping Bourne doesn't make the team.
Oh, poor Show. Bourne's going to make the team. Kyle's got to think about him now. I don't know about Goodwin, though. Yeah. So we're going to see. Corey McGlinty, hey, what's going on, fam? So Lee, what are you thinking about? Like, there's guys available now that the 49ers want to pick up that should be really cheap, right? You got free agents running around there. Where am I going to play this year? I can't believe nobody called me. So, now they're susceptible to being lowballed. If I don't have but $4 or $5 million to give you, you probably need to take it if you want to play this year, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not too sure because, I know they're trying to save money as much as they can.
They have no choice.
We knew that before free agency, that they were going to be sort of window shopping. You might just get some cheap guys. But I really like Shelby Harris, the guy at Denver. I think he's one of the 3 guys you put up. I was looking at him yesterday, Ronbo, and he had real good production last year. The Denver defensive tackle. He get like 6 sacks, 9 pass deflections, which was like twice as much as Chris Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, I had an offensive lineman, the Dallas Cowboy, Ronald Darby, and of course Kyle's guy from Atlanta. You know what though? A defensive tackle, a lot of production. He's a free agent?
Yeah, I seen him. I was doing some research yesterday, and I seen another person had said, the Niners should go after him. So I looked him up, and then I went through his production, and he performed really well last year. He had like just over, I think, 6 sacks, 9 pass deflections, which is probably the most of any defensive lineman last year. Yeah, and he had 2 against Jimmy too in the preseason when we played them, Ronbo.
Yeah, he got 6 sacks.
So he'd be good because you probably get him for cheap. Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's real good against the run as well. About 50
and Defoe was not doing that well against the run. If this guy's really good against the run, it's going to be interesting to see how that changes. But yeah, 49ers probably already know about him too. So, they're probably waiting.
Yeah, and because our relationship with Denver, with Elway and John and Peters and them, so they'll know him really well if that's the way they want to go. But I'm not sure if there's anyone else. I know people talking about Darby, but he's got to watch out for injuries. And I was really surprised Kyle didn't go after his receiver, Gabriel. But he went with Benjamin. I think he's cheap. Yeah. Because I thought he would go after Gabriel, but obviously there must be a reason, Ronbo, because that's one of his old guys. And with Benjamin, I think Benjamin's more just a camp body to bring in to compete with the guys we have maybe for depth. But I'm not expecting too much from him. It's a bit like, remember Jordan Matthews last year?
Yeah, they keep you on retainer. I mean, they're going to call you like every week when they need to bring somebody in order to cut them the following Monday or something like that. These guys will get that, right. Matthews is probably not going to be able to do that job this year, so maybe Travis Benjamin would be the guy. Travis Benjamin was brought up today, and Travis Benjamin was cut in order to, he's going to be that guy this year.
Veteran guys, there's veteran guys that can help the young guys. And like we had with Sanders, which was really good. But back to the draft, I really hope hopefully Judy or Lamb fall. But I'm like you. I actually think Cole really likes Rhodes. I think he really likes guys that can fit into his system and he can use a certain way. And he has the speed. But I like Judy and Lamb a lot more. I just think they're more complete. Like I think they come in day one and they're big contributors and they look like future number ones. Whereas I think Lamb, he's got the speed, but he still needs a bit of work, with his routes, his hands. And that's sort of more of a project. I'd rather a guy that can come in straight away because we've already built a team that's Super Bowl worthy,
Right.
So that'll be interesting where they go.
Lamb's route running would drive Kyle crazy. You know how Kyle is about routes. I agree. Okay, so Lee, we're gonna go because we came in late. But listen, I'll see you Sunday, okay?
Cheers. Thanks, Ronbo. Shout out to the Empire and thanks for all the work you put in.
Thanks, Lee. Appreciate it. Have a great day. And Dollar, wait. It's Chill Pill Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Well, we're looking at some of the free agents that are walking around unemployed and still looking for money. Jameis Winston, of course, and Jadeveon Clowney and Cam Newton are not something we even need to talk about. But there are some other guys running around in some positions of need, offensive lineman and wide receiver of Kyle's type. What do you think, Phil?
I think for the most part we're done.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need $7 million to go and sign the draft.
Yeah, that's right. We got to pay for the draft, guys.
And you're going to need that going into the season in case something catastrophic happens and you make a trade for a player or do something. Like we did with Emmanuel last year.
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty much done, But I'm a Judy guy. I think Riggs is not as good a route runner. And Judy had the big game against Michigan in their bowl game. He had over 200 yards receiving.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think Kyle will look at that route running. He'll look at that route running and say, "Oh God." He wants some of that because Judy's route running.
Oh, Judy's route. Oh yeah. He's polished, no doubt.
Kyle was route running. He passed up on DK Metcalf because he couldn't run routes. So
well, DK was also a guy that he wondered about. Remember his cone drills and some of the things that were kind of telling.
Yeah, it was slow.
Yeah,
it was slow.
I think that kind of freaked him out more than anything.
And I tell you what, that's why Kyle loves Trent Taylor. He's the fastest cone drill. Fastest in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, your quarterback doesn't have a lot of time to fool around. If you're open, he gets rid of the ball quicker. That's a huge advantage, and that's why TT was going to be the guy. If he can stay healthy, and no matter who else we get is going to benefit. So,
if Judy's,
Phil, you're breaking up.
Offensive work. Offensive tackle, but he's not a runner in this draft.
Phil, are you in the same place you usually are? Your signal's really crashing.
Okay. I'll move a little bit. How's that?
To wherever. Well, yeah, you're coming in okay now. Okay, go ahead, continue. See what happens.
All right. With the 13th pick, there's no cornerback pick at that thing, and you might as well trade back if you're going to go corner it. So, there's a lot of things that will come into play, but it's all going to play out the day of the draft as teams pick, and you're going to have to play it by ear on who you're going to go. And I'm sure they got their board and their plan ready. But
that board's probably been worked over
I still
times.
think we need a corner. I'd love to get Christian Fulton out of LSU because he plays a lot of press coverage for LSU, and he's a big guy. And
LSU, that's a secondary farm. Always something coming out of LSU. Always.
But I wouldn't, Diggs out of Alabama or Terrell out of Clemson. Those guys are good too, and they're press coverage guys too. So, you can probably get one of those guys with the 31st. But, I would say Judy and then maybe an offensive tackle and a defensive line as a secondary picks at that 13 spot, unless you trade back. And,
Phil, you mentioned 31 and picking up a prime time secondary. Can you imagine at what point do you flinch? Okay, you get around 25, 26. The 49ers are saying if this guy's not on the board by 28, do you take the chance and say, if anybody wants this 31 pick, come get it? When do you make that move?
There is rumors that.
Go ahead.
There is rumors that we're talking to Indy again, and they've got 3 spots back from us in the second round, and then a 3rd round pick would go along with that for them to move up if they saw a quarterback.
You'd have to take advantage of that, Phil. Because 31 and 33, 34, especially where this draft's going to go, your secondary guys.
And then get an extra 3rd round.
Oh, yes, and that would be so nice. I got a feeling your secondary guys are going to go in the later round, not in first round.
Yeah, most of them will. I think the Kudas will go in the first 10 picks, and then you got that CJ, I think his last name, he's out of Florida. He's probably going to go in the top 20. Then after that, all the rest of the corners are going to be right around where the Niners drafts. And so there's some guys there that they could get to shore up that other corner opposite Sherman. And then you'd use Spoon and Mosley as your second string corners.
Especially if this kid works out. Because you never know when they're coming out of school, they're going to be able to adapt to the NFL right away. But if they don't, like you're saying, you got Mosley and Spoon.
I looked at Staley's contract. He's got this year and next year on he's signed up till then. So,
right. Well,
if he can last that long and produce, then we can get a tackle next year in the draft or the year after.
And that'd be early enough. All right. Phil, let me see you Sunday. And
all right, Ronbo.
See what else comes up. All right, man. Have a good day.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. And let's go check out Bob Money. I see you, man. A wide receiver. We traded our best player for a pick at a wide receiver. Let's see. Hey, Dre.
Yo.
Dre, I know how you feel about Xavier Rhodes, so I know he's not on your list. But Dre,
Xavier Rose already signed to somebody, so.
Wait. When?
Xavier Rose signed the contract yesterday, right?
Oh, yesterday. I didn't see him get signed yesterday. Who picked him up?
He signed. I don't know exactly, but I know he signed yesterday.
All right.
I hope.
He was on the 49ers list anyway.
Xavier Rhodes signed with the Colts.
That figures. The Colts are just really spending this year. I had no idea they had this much money. They just been saving up money.
Yeah, well, Andrew Luck retiring, they saved a lot of money. So,
I forgot about that money. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Dre, of the guys that are running around looking for a job, do you see anybody you could offer? Because 49ers ain't got a lot of money, and the guys that are running around looking for a job at this particular time, they can't expect a lot of money. Mm-hmm. They don't need to expect a lot. What are you thinking?
I would like somebody like Snack Williams. who played with the Lions for all of those years. Shelby Harris is coming off his best year. He's not going to take a big thing, so that's why he's still out there. That's kind of like a pipe dream. Either somebody like us, Snack, or there is another guy that played with the Jags. Damn it, I can't remember his name.
Position.
He was pretty good. Yeah, defensive tackle. He's pretty good. But otherwise than them, man, somebody like Taylor Gabriel. If not one of those three guys, I think we're pretty much done with the Lakers. That's just what it's going to be. There's been a lot of talk about us trading Dante Pettis.
What? You said Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
A lot of trade talk.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, I brought this up last week, and people called me crazy, but now it's being reported that we're shopping Dante Pettis to the Eagles for Rasul Douglas. He was the starter.
I'll take that.
Yeah, he had a quad injury this year.
When he first came out of school.
Man, yeah, I mean, he was a starter for them when they won the Super Bowl, and he had 3 picks in the regular season, and he had a pick in the playoffs. You know what I mean? He balled out that year, and he only makes like $1.5 million a year, so somebody good to bring in.
Yes.
Yeah, I really don't think we're going to sign any more guys, man, unless it's somebody like Snack. You know what I mean? Who's a veteran, who's played with crappy franchises, but he's a damn good player who knows Chris Boucher, and he'll come in and he'll know the system right away, and he's not going to try to break the bank. You got to look at Shelby Harris like this. DeForest Buckner had 7.5 sacks. Shelby had 6.5. His tackles were damn near the same, and he had more batted passes, and Buckner just got 21 minutes. So Shelby is not going to go nowhere. So I think that's pretty much not going to happen. And as far as the draft, man, I've just been doing a lot of deep diving into receivers, man. There's like a few other players who have done this. Barry Sanders is one. There's a guy who's a receiver in the draft who's from Alabama who had, out of 102 touches, he had 20 touchdowns. That basically means, 20% of the time when he's touching the ball, he's scoring a touchdown. And that is Henry Rhodes. Henry had 7 receiving touchdowns. He had 7 rushing touchdowns, and he had he had 6 touchdowns on kick returns and punt returns. He could do it all. And you're talking about having 2 guys that you can use the same way that we use Evo, but he's 0.3 of a second he's 0.3 of a second faster on the 40.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
That's
and all of these people talking about Henry Ruggs does not run good routes. I think you need to watch the film more. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah,
Henry Ruggs could run country, though. I don't get this.
Yeah, I've heard about
and to put
that
it in
too.
perspective,
I thought I heard.
Yeah, like I don't get what people are talking about, bro. This dude had in his college career, he had 74 receptions. On those 74 receptions, he had 1,389 yards. That's damn near 18 yards.
When you're playing with Judy, I guess people just look at you or look at Judy and make a comparison. But Judy is like elite. Ruggs, I understand, is good. That's fine because he gets to pro level, you get a lot of coaching, and maybe he sharpens that up even more. So if you get that kind of speed,
try to put Judy back there returning kicks and returning punts to see what happened. He get his damn head blown off. I don't want to hear none of that. Ruggs is a totally different player, bro. He does more. You're going to get more bang for your buck. Judy is not going to be doing end arounds and carrying the ball like one of that. That's just not going to happen. That's what Ruggs does.
You can do that with Ruggs.
Yeah.
You want a durable, strong guy. Ruggs is the guy.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And he has one drop in his college career.
What? Did you said Ruggs has dropped the ball? Well, on the drop chart, he's got one. One. He's kind of like Justin. Okay, but I need to contrast that with how many attempts.
He had over his college career, like I said, he had 74 receptions for 1,389 yards. So I mean, I mean, you don't get much better than that. I think
Phil did admit he had good hands.
I don't know. It just don't get much better.
No.
Yeah,
I
man,
know. It was Rod. He said he's got good hands. He doesn't catch the ball with his body. He does it. So you know,
No.
I tell you.
Yeah,
I know Kyle's looking at it.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah. I just really think that we're done bringing guys in. I kind of see. It's kind of like what I hate the Patriots, but one thing that they do, they bring in names that you heard before, but they don't really stick out. But they come in and they
fit the program,
system, bro.
Yeah,
and they fit the system, and they play a good year, and the team goes to the Super Bowl, and those guys who came in that you didn't know about, those dudes all get big contracts. I mean, Brandon Cooks came out of Oregon State. Nobody knew who the hell he was. He got an $80 million contract and went to the Rams. I mean, they just find guys to put into their system to fit what they're doing.
That's what's called good scouting and good department. Dre, we got to pull up. I'm going to see you Sunday and see what else develops there. All right?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Church, Big Show, Dave Fresh Russo, Big Buddy Griff, my player partner Will, all the guys, man. We got a few more weeks. We're going to see what this draft has to bring.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right, bro.
There's Drake, and I think Drake he hit a nail on the head with Ruggs. Kyle is not calling Ruggs to be an expert route runner. As long as he's efficient, it's about that speed and toughness. We've got plenty of efficiency in the middle of the field, but we need somebody, like I said, get that safety's butt the hell up out the middle of the field because he ain't concerned about beating none of our receivers. If Ruggs hits the ball, if you don't want to get up out the middle of the field, stay right there and wait. We'll have 7. That's the point. And this is what makes Kyle Shanahan's system even more efficient. Hey, Elliot.
What's up, Ronbo? Hold on, I'll be there in a minute. What's up, Ronbo?
Elliot, man, just sitting around here and checking out his free agents running around looking for a job. So we go in there and offer him a couple of dollars and say, look, you ain't got no job, right? I'll give you a job, and I'll give you an incentive plan to go along with it. You do good work, and you will get paid. What do you think about this base salary? And what's he going to say, no?
Listen, this all I'm going to say, Ronbo. As far I've been listening to the show over the I've been drinking, but over the past few weeks, So, I mean, we quarantined, so you ain't got nothing else to do but drink and eat. But anyway, I've been listening to the show over the past couple of weeks, you know what I mean? And I'm going to say this, bro. A lot of people may disagree with me, but honestly, we are going to miss DeForest Buckner. The thing that he brings to the table, the biggest thing is a disruptive force through the middle that causes pressure that every quarterback hates, and he commands double teams. This is what made Bosa and Ford so effective. So without that, I'm sorry, Armstead, no matter how much money we just gave this man, he's not finna play the end on either time. He's just gonna be a defensive tackle at some point if he's gonna start. He's not that effective at the defensive tackle spot versus this defensive end. If Ford is healthy, the best thing that helped him was Ford wasn't healthy. So if Ford is healthy, if Bosa stay as he is, they would take the chances of double teaming Nick Bosa and Ford with the running back and take the chances with them two up the middle. We need to go buy Dominic Sue. What's up, bro?
I got to tell you, not only did they double team Bosa, I've seen 3 dudes on Bosa several times. You can put that whole offensive line on him. He's crazy.
He is.
This is why you don't need to worry about Nick's going to take care of himself. But the rest of the guys, it is questionable, though, as the effect it's going to have on Armstead's game. Armstead is not going to play Nick's DeForest's role. So that's never been the plan.
Exactly.
But it is going to be interesting to see. I mentioned that earlier. How much pressure does the person who replaces Buck create? It is important. I feel you on that for sure.
This is where Dominic Sue comes in. We pay for him, get him because he is a force in the middle. Him and DJ Jones will always, and Armstead, they will always be effective in that middle area. And Dominic Sue will command those double teams that would allow, because you can put all those guys on Bosa and he still run through them all, but that's a lot of energy he got to exert throughout the game. You know what I mean?
Bosa's not. You know what though? Sue's already signed with Tampa Bay.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he wouldn't leave.
Dang,
They tried.
I
though.
ain't know
they
that,
really,
bro.
They did go after him. The Ravens. He had 2 or 3 teams, but he decided to go back to Tampa Bay. Kind of surprised when I think about it. I thought he was a
then the
mercenary.
pressure is on Armstead. He got to come in, and he's going to have to do what he needs to do. But going back to the draft thing situation, I also think this, man. As much as I love these 3 receivers that everybody loves, Lamb, Judy, Ruggs, and all of that, if I know the guy from Ohio State, I can't think of pronounce his name, or Cora, whatever his name, number 1, the cornerback. I know he's not going to be there. We need to go after Christian Fullerton if he's available. Why? Because it is a plentiful draft. And Chase Claiborne, I'm sold on him. So when I tell you this, him and the boy LaVista, those 2 are going to be available at the 31st pick.
Yeah. You know what? Kyle somebody said Kyle may pick up 2 wide receivers in the first round. I know John Lynch will probably say, no, you ain't. But the thing is, if Kyle picks up Ruggs at number 13 and Chenault at 31, I'm going to pass out, right? Boy, I'm going to pass out.
I'm right with you on that.
Man, because that would mean he could get rid of Dante.
What the hell? We don't need that many damn receivers, man. We got to have faith in what we got already.
Elliot, but we're not sure about Big Hurd. If Hurd is ready to roll, I don't need no Chenault at number 31. I want that big monster out there as much as I can get him.
Yeah,
but I'm back into serious stuff.
I'm putting faith in her, bro. I'm putting faith that they gonna get that boy together. But I agree with you. That back stuff, that's the type of stuff that hurts a guy named Tracy McGrady on the basketball court in his career. So I agree with you as far as how great a person can be with that back stuff. I'm just like, man, I'm really praying that this guy is gonna get this together. And he is going to be able to be a force for the 49ers. But the thing I love about Chase Claypool the most, beyond the fact that he's big, he's fast enough, and he can go downfield, he can high point balls, he can shield. The biggest thing about it, though, the biggest thing about it, Ronbo, the man is a blocker. He's a mauler. He will maul you. Can Jeff Judy and all them Lamb and them do that? I'm not convinced. I'm not.
No, they're not famous for that, especially Judy and Lamb. Rod
exactly.
Strong, he could be taught to do so. So,
yeah, okay, I agree with you there. This is why I say the boy Chase Claypool will be a very integral piece for us, and he will be available. He's not projected to go in the first round at all.
And he looks stronger than Jalen Hurd. You look at that dude, man. Look at all
the cuts. I've watched this guy for.
I said, look at this monster, man. And he's fast.
Bro, I watched this guy for 4 years. Do you hear me? 4 years, because I told you I'm a Notre Dame fan. So it's not just because I'm a Notre Dame fan I'm saying this. I watch every game, every single game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even when I got to work, I got it on DVR. So I see this.
You should have told us about Fred before we got him. Hey, all right, we got to go, man. All right, I'll see you Sunday, all right? I know you got a Fred Warner shirt somewhere at home.
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I seen him at Kentucky. I'm surprised he actually as good as he really is, though. I didn't know he was going to be this good, though. To be honest with you, bro, I've seen him. I just never knew he'd be actually as good as he is. I thought Patterson was going to actually work out and be better than him, but it didn't turn out. Lastly, I want to say this before I go.
Real quick,
don't
10
sleep
seconds.
on the boy. Okay, don't sleep on the cornerback Diggs. Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother.
Hey,
don't sleep on him.
All right, Elliot. I'll see you Sunday, fam. And maybe Shalee.
Hey, what's up, Rumble? Sorry I couldn't call in last week. I was sick.
Oh, well, as long as you're sick, that's sick. Well, that's a scary word right now, Shaleel. Oh, man. You're
just had a little flu, but I'm good now.
You're doing everything we have been asked to do, though, right? Stay out of the way, man. It's crazy. I keep thinking you can just breathe in the air
Yeah, I've been
at
indoors.
some point. God, ridiculous. But Shleo, tonight it's all about. There's free agents running around there. We got a couple of things that can be fixed. I mean, I don't know about a defensive lineman because they think 49ers pretty much think that's a very low priority. But offensive lineman is the highest priority we got. Then you got a couple of medium priorities like cornerback and wide receiver. But Shleo, where you at on this?
I'm at it at, how about them cowgirls? How about the Seahawks? How about the Lambs? And how about the Las Vegas Oakland Raiders, Joe? Man, I can't laugh so much thinking that Las Vegas Raiders are picking up trash from the Cowgirls.
They have to.
And they're also picking up trash from the Lambs. And the Lambs are done. They're over.
Lambs. House cleaning. They should have hung
Just
a
put
sign
a big
up
fat
outside their
X
office.
on them.
Clearance sale.
And you see do you see their badge? The new Internet Explorer?
And that logo? That ties all the
logo.
together.
It looks like an Internet Explorer. It looks like the Internet Explorer. Are they still searching for their logo or what?
No, they settled that miserable thing they got now. I just wish that loud talking Rudy, where is he? We can't even find him anymore with his ownership of Santa Clara. And Jared Goff is whatever. Rudy, you know you got a lot of nerve not coming back in here now to let us get at you. It's all right. You know what? Shaleo, should you leave the team as it is right now and go ahead and draft some kids in? Because, I mean, when you look at the cornerback situation, the offensive line is nothing to play with because Jimmy G, I'm tired of him getting his brains beat out. And people saying, it's Jimmy G's fault. He's terrible. He sucks. He blah, 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 blah. You beat Jimmy G and what? You 275 guys coming at you at 100 miles an hour, and you see how good you do. You know, I have...
Ronbo, with that 13th pick, I would go for, my personal opinion, I would go for Jerry Judy. I don't think, weren't the Cardinals looking at, no, didn't Kyler Murray say he played with Jerry
Lamb?
Judy? Or was that CD Lamb?
It's Lamb, yeah.
Okay,
Lamb
because some of the mock drafts I've been looking at them, they're looking at a O-line. So we should go out with that 13th pick, get our guy, wide receiver, Jerry Judy. All right? We should get him. And with the 31st pick, we should look to, I guess, trade it for Odell.
Wait, okay. Everybody that says that, okay. How do you afford Odell?
Here's this is how you do it. You get Odell, and you trade for some of. Do the Browns have a second round or third round picks?
Yeah, Browns have all their picks, I think.
Yeah, so we trade them for some of mostly all of their second round and third round picks. They won't even want Odell, and they could have our 31st pick. Pretty much bamboozle them.
Well, you give the Browns 31. We pick up Odell.
And we pick up their second round and their third round picks for this year, for this draft.
Yeah, but how come? If we're giving up our 31 to get Odell, why are they going to give us our second and third round pick?
So we could save for the second round and the third round when we pick.
I don't know. I'm just saying, but why would the Browns do that?
No, I was just saying we should, but if we're not, that's fine.
Oh, you mean if they would bite?
We could go ahead.
No, go ahead, because maybe I'm not hearing all of it. Go ahead.
But no, with that 31st pick, I would probably try to go for O-line, maybe.
Yeah, might.
Add beef to that O-line.
If there's a good one there, and I understand, and it probably will be, because an offensive lineman at the end of the first round would actually be an intelligent move.
Because just recently we picked up Compton, the guy Compton, the O-line that we picked up for free agency, and we re-signed Ben Garland, correct?
Right. And we picked up Tender Brunskill, and that's who that guy Compton's going to be competing against. Yeah.
So if we add,
he's a guard.
So if we add one more, good O-line piece, I think we should be fine.
Yeah,
or just draft another wide receiver, bring 2 wide receivers, and Kyle's just be like, you know what, Pettis, Goodwin, you guys have been fucking around. I'm bringing in talent to have you guys, work harder. So if you don't work hard, that's your problem.
I really do. And Mitchell, don't make this mistake for love. I'm curious as to what's going on in the minds of the front office about Marquise Goodwin. There's not going to be any Olympics this year. So I don't know what is it.
Yeah, there's no Olympics. So maybe they're looking for another trade partner for Goodwin for some picks. I don't know. But Pettis, on the other hand, he needs to get his shit together because this guy is meow. Well, he's a freaking cat, and he's not doing anything. He didn't do anything this year.
I know, but he better think about it this year because the 49ers,
according to cat-like reflexes, he better be catching the ball.
Oh, well, yeah, and his route running ability. But according to Dre, they are looking to trade Marquise, so we'll see. Shalil, I tell you what, let me see you Sunday if you get some time and not be like last week and whatever was holding you up, because I missed that. How about them Cowboys? How about them Trader Raiders? The Lambs?
Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. You have a good night.
You too, Shalil.
Shout out to the Niner Empire.
You.
Later.
Later, man. And hey, IB.
Ronbo. What's going on? How you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm feeling all right, but as long as you stay out of danger, man. It's not like when you walk by somebody now, you just look at them like strange, like don't breathe in my direction, man. Stay back. 6 feet, bro.
Right on.
Otherwise, I'm looking at the best thing in life going on right now is the 49ers, right? Because everything else is like, if you think about it, it's depressing. But when you think about the Niners and all this is going to end sometime soon, we get right back into football. I get all worked up and excited. I can't wait till the world gets back to what it's supposed to be. But we got to roll through this.
Man, who you telling? Yeah.
But anyway.
Wash your hands, keep your babies in the house, and just take proper precautions. That's all. But man, I can't wait for pick 13. Hopefully we stay there. And I'm thinking 13. I'm gonna switch up. I was a big Jerry Judy fan, but I'm about to switch up, man. I'm about to go with Ruggs because I like the potential of the speed. I know that they're saying he's just a fast guy, but I think we've shown potential with Kyle's system. So I like Ruggs a little bit, and I kind of personally, I think I'm going to trade the 31 to get back into the second or third. I don't want to wait 2 days to get back into the 5th round. I want to trade that 31. I know people talking about grabbing another receiver or we're going to grab 2 picks in the first round and then wait 2 more days. That doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with that because the thought of sitting around waiting for the 49ers for 2 days, that's just, even if it's a good thing for the team, I don't want to do it. I agree with you, IB. Come on, man. We involved in the draft every year. We pick out some players. When more picks you got, the better chance you've got of picking up a stud. If you ain't got but a few rounds to work in, you may come up short, and that's all. So,
this draft is deep. It's a lot of players. You can pick up a old lineman in the second or third round. You can pick up a cornerback in the early second round. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can pick up another defensive tackle. It's linebackers in here with 4.3 speed.
Second round, yeah.
And I think who was it, Glazer? Excuse me, that just shot down them OBJ reports, and clearly said, we ain't trying to give up our draft capital. We trying to build capital. So for the people in the chat talking about we don't need more picks, why don't we? We gonna wait to the 5th round. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Right, but from their perspective, I do. It's gonna be hard to make this team. IB. So you bring in a lot of guys.
Of course.
They're gonna get.
Of course.
They're gonna get cut. Because and for no other reason other than they don't know how to be a pro just yet. They're coming in there. Well, I'm so excited to be in the NFL. Hey, rookie, look out! Bam! Oh!
I think that's the beauty of having. I think that's the beauty of having 2 first-round picks. Though it gives us maneuverability. It gives us ability to play around with a couple picks here, jump back in and grab somebody if need be. Because there's a lot of potential in this draft. I mean, right now, you could potentially talk about the 1 to 2 to 3 pieces that we need to solidify our team really.
And that's
it.
You
know what I'm saying? Receiver here or O-line. That's it. But they're available, and we have the capital to play with it. It ain't about grabbing 4 or 5 more pieces. It's about grabbing the necessary pieces to do what we need to do.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point. If you cut them, they'll still get a job. It ain't like you messed up their lives. They can still go find another job, but you just ain't good enough.
A lot of the fans still don't understand or respect the last few signings that we just picked up. I mean, they complaining about that, but anybody that we put on our team has proven to be an important piece. You know what I'm saying? If you go way back to DeMontre Moore to even Antron Exum came in a couple times and was vital. I mean, when we brought back Marcel Harris, he played sound football. You know what I'm saying? So and he came back off the practice squad.
And was hurt the year before and got a few weeks in before he came into play. But that's how tough this team is going to be now, because it is a Super Bowl team, right? So you bring in a lot of guys. You get even when they cut last year, when they cut the edge rusher you just mentioned, I says, whoa. This team's a little better than even I thought.
Yeah.
DeMontre got cut. I was shocked. They put Valuago on the practice squad. They can't put Moore's not eligible in the practice squad, right? So I'm thinking, wow, I didn't know this team was as good as it was until about week 5. And then I realized.
Well, Givens got a lot of speed. Givens has a lot of speed. I've been watching the game, the NFL Network thing, and Givens has a lot of speed. If we can get
he's got
him in there,
quickness. He's big and he got quickness, and that's even better. So we got to go, fam.
So no doubt
they'll work it out. All right, let me see you Sunday, okay?
My man, I'll talk to you later.
Be looking forward. All right, have a good night.
Yep, you too.
And I mean, John V has been taking up a case. John V, who was that you were disagreeing with? Come on in, John. I was laughing.
Ronbo, my man, what's happening?
I was laughing, John, because I saw you in the chat. And I said, John doesn't get into these kind of altercations. John's in there. You were defending some player that people said who was that you said was something that everybody said he wasn't?
Well, I don't know if it was the real Big Show, but Big Show in the chat said stay away from Gladney because of.
Oh, it's Gladney. Okay.
It was Gladney, and it was a trimmed meniscus, so it was repaired. But I believe that it can heal, and I think that he'll still be a contender no matter what. And I hope we can get him. But if we don't, I won't be heartbroken. To be honest with you, Ronbo, you could disagree with me if you think so, but at this point, my mind is strictly on that line, on the defense. I'm a defense guy. If you haven't already gathered it, I'm a defense guy. I really am. So
that's
for
the reason
me,
why we won.
My wheels are turning on the defense, brother. I hope we're competitive with the 13th pick, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Kyle did something crazy with the 31st and did something with the third. If he did something with the 13th pick on the defensive end of the ball, I'd shit. It would blow my mind. I would be a little. I don't know. No. I know they're going receiver, and I hope we're competitive in the top.
John,
top
you're right.
5 talents. Period.
There's no way to know exactly what the 49ers are going to do. They're liable to go in a different direction than what we're thinking. When you think about when they picked up McGlinchey, that was a surprise to most people. When they picked up Wisnowski, that actually pissed people off. So, the 49ers don't care. They do Whatever
Yeah.
they,
Oh yeah. Yeah. They took a
whatever
punter
they've
early.
decided, they stay with it.
Yep. No, but I mean, Ronbo, honestly, if you're gonna live up to the phrase brick by brick, you're gonna draft talent regardless of where they are and what you do traditionally and what's conventional. If you need a punter and you take a punter early, then so be it. You know, you build through the draft, and we've done it successfully. So I don't know. I mean,
You can't question it, right? I mean,
can't
it's hard
question
to
it.
question it.
Not anyway.
Yeah.
No.
So.
If you ask me, John, who do you want right now? Top 5 talent and wide receiver. Go after him with the 13th pick. I don't give a damn. As long as we are in the top 5, I don't care who they are. Because I'm a Buckeye fan, so there's Arnett in the 3rd round late, projected to go 93rd. This dude is the same size as Mosley, but way more, I don't know. He's like Gladby. That dude gets in on every play, but he takes the ball away.
Okay.
Yeah, Damian Arnett. He's one of my favorite cornerbacks. Yeah,
right.
They got him going late in these mock drafts. Okay, and I mean, if we're going to contend at CB, whatever. Whoever we get, but I know everyone's focus is on that 13th Ronbo, and we've speculated receiver.
Oh, it's not, and we're not even done yet. This is going to go on all the way to the end of the month, into April, because like you're saying, the 49ers are liable to do God knows what, and they could trade out of that 13th pick because somebody gives them some ridiculous amount of draft picks that they'll just let them have it, and the 49ers can't say no to that. John and Kyle love to draft, and they'll have contention plan B for the receiver that Kyle wants, because he's still seeking that guy. And there's been a couple of guys that people don't even know about. I saw a guy in the net yesterday. I found that Colin something. John, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody with those kind of reflexes and ability to shift and move his body like that. There is no way in hell there's a defender alive that can stay with that receiver. So if the 49ers are noticing him, they're not saying anything, and that's what they do. They don't say anything. They lead you off the path.
Colin Samuel.
That's him? Yeah. They lead
Colin
you.
Samuel.
They lead you in a different direction. They make you think other things. They went right into camp, and they started talking to the 3 golden boys, Judy, Lamb, Ruggs, as if that was their whole intention. When really, they're probably doing something else.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Right. I see that too, Ronbo. I think like that too sometimes. But, I mean, we'll see. But I'm a defense guy, so I'm excited for what we do in regards to the Buckner play in the Buckner situation. I think they were hoping that they were going to land Sue.
Yeah, right. That was probably Plan B.
I hope that I heard you say that might have been their Plan B. And if it was and it slipped, we're screaming, "Oh shit!"
You know, and they're quietly not saying anything, but they're going to Plan C, and. You know, because like everybody's saying is Eric Darby's thinking to be as effective as he was without Defoe next to him? I don't know.
I don't know either. I agree. But it could turn the whole draft sheet. Whatever they had, that may have thrown off the entire way they drafted. Just if Sue was their Plan B, Ronbo, and that shit slipped away, and they look at the draft board like, shit, we've got to make some moves. It throws off everything.
But they never panic though, John. So it's not like Kinlaw's coming at 13 or anybody else. They're probably, in this case, they'll probably move back because I don't know if they like Kinlaw or not. They might love him. I don't know, but we'll see. John, this is always so much fun. We got to go, John, because we were having too much fun. I'll see you Sunday, okay?
My man, thank you. I appreciate the time, Ronbo. Always. I appreciate everything you do. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night, John. And let's go check out Santana.
What up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Santana, man, as usual, we're sitting there contemplating the free agency thing. There's some guys running around that used to be good, and you could get them for really, really cheap if you wanted. Guys like Darby and actually Taylor Gabriel's probably somebody you get real cheap, and also that offensive lineman that used to play with the Cowboys and last year for the Denver. You know, a lot of these guys probably will take just about anything you'll give them. They're not going to sit at home and not do anything because nobody offered them anything. So the 49ers come in there and give them really a cheap offer, whatever they can afford, which I don't think is too much. Or Should they just say, look, we're going to go get our player in the draft. We don't need this. So what do you think is going to happen there? And you can address the draft if you like. But go ahead, Santana. What are you thinking?
First of all, Ronbo, how you doing, man? Haven't talked to you in a minute.
Doing great, For the circumstances we're all under, yeah, I'm doing all right. How about you?
All right, good, man, good. And I just want to say God bless everybody in the group chat. And so on the draft, I don't want to sign anybody, Ronbo. I just want to rely on the draft. I think it's better to groom our players the way we want them to instead of picking them up from other teams and stuff. So I know we have the 13 and the 31st, but I hear a lot of people going Jerry Judy, CD Lamb, and Henry Ruggs, and
all 32 teams, Santana. All 32 teams are saying Judy, and Lamb,
Judy, I know.
Ruggs.
I know, but
there's only
we
3
ask
guys.
Ourselves, yeah, we got to ask ourselves: can they be between CD Lamb and Jerry Judy and Henry Ruggs? Can we see them in the future become a number 1 receiver? We got to ask ourselves before we draft.
And Judy probably. Ruggs is going to be a piece of something, I think.
Yeah. So with that, so I mean, I like Jerry Judy. He can run routes. CeeDee Lamb is more of a playmaker. He catches it. However you throw the ball, he can catch it. Henry Ruggs is a speedster. But for me, man, I'd go with Henry Ruggs, man, just because you can't teach speed, you can, and knowing Kyle Shanahan, he can groom him into a speedster that can run routes. You know what I'm saying? Teach him how to run routes and perfect his craft and stuff like that.
And think about his speed. We're talking about a guy that runs with Tyreek and Marquise, right? I know Kyle wants that. I know he wants that. That's why he brought Goodwin in the first place.
Yeah, for me, man, I see more potential in Henry Ruggs and Jerry Judy and CeeDee Lamb, just because he has that speed. And Kyle Shanahan can, and the way Kyle Shanahan, writes up plays and stuff like that, he's going to get the ball wide open just like Goodwin has in the past, See,
there's the thing right
there.
Kyle's the most dangerous offensive weapon the 49ers have. He's a guy, but Kyle can also kill himself every now and then by overthinking plays. He's so brilliant that he outdoes himself sometimes. And I know he stand up and said, God, Jesus. He probably talks to himself. What are you doing, Kyle?
That's why, Ronbo, when you see some plays and you see your receivers drop the ball, that's why you see that intense, mad face, because it's like, right? He writes up these plays where it's like all you have to do is catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
There
was
won't
set
be
up
no
perfect.
Defender around you.
Right.
Exactly. So that's why I see when he gets mad and right away, sends players to the bench like Dante Pettis and Goodwin. Exactly. But real quick, Ronbo, I don't want no receivers, man. I just want my defense to be top notch. I'd rather go defense on the 13 and then defense on the 31st. Maybe get a defensive lineman and maybe a linebacker or a cornerback or something, But I'd rather have quarterbacks fear our defense and teams fear our defense because Kyle can make any player work, in his system.
It looks like he's done it.
But that's it for me, man. But if I had to pick between those 3 receivers, Henry Ruggs is my man. So like that guy. But well, thank you, Ronbo, and I'll let you guys go.
Right.
So, man, you have a good one. Be safe, man. Be safe out there.
Back Sunday. Looking for you.
All right, man. All right, my man. You have a good one. All right.
And hey, Shay.
Yo, Ronbo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, I just noticed there's a few free agents still running around, and now all the owners in the league are looking around. I didn't know they picked up Rose. They picked him up yesterday. But all the owners in the league are looking around and looking at who's available that can still play a little bit of football. You notice that Jameis Winston, Javian Clowney, and Cam Newton are still looking. Remember how high profile these guys were a few years ago? Now they can't find a job. So and then you look at some other players that we could actually use. Now, you can go ahead and give, unless you – this tells me they're going to go ahead and get Ruggs if they get a chance. You can get Taylor Gabriel, Kyle. He's right there. He doesn't have a job. Nobody's going after him. You can offer him any contract you got, and he'll take it. This is why I'm pretty sure Kyle's going for the speed in the draft. Otherwise, he brings back Marquise. He can probably, even maybe at the end of next month, he can probably still get Taylor. So it's pretty interesting to see how this thing's developed. But what are you thinking?
No, most definitely, Ronbo. Well, for starters, like I said, like we don't know what we're gonna do with Goodwin, and like Coleman too. Like I don't know if I think maybe everything is done because, like I said, these are not cap casualties, but you could free up some cap right now if you go ahead and release them or you trade them. Either way, so again, like we don't know how much we have in cap space because I don't know all the exact numbers. But I'm thinking you need, like Phil said, you need about $6-7 million to sign the draft signings that we're going to sign this draft at least. Plus, we don't know where we're at with. We don't know, huh?
You've got $19 million to work with currently at this hour.
Oh, really? You sure about that, Ronbo?
Yeah, that was what I just read the other day.
Okay,
that's just changed.
We've
not signed anybody since then. Actually, we lost a couple more people too. But 19 was Wednesday. Was 19.
Because I follow I don't know if you guys follow Joe Lombardi on I forgot something Lombardi. Dave Lombardi.
Okay.
I think he's the athletic beat
in
writer.
Fact, he was the guy.
Yeah, Dave Lombardi.
Yeah, he was the guy I got that information from. As a matter of fact.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, well, Shay, what did you say? Because it was 19 million the other day. Now, unless things have shifted in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Well, like I said, we don't know. I don't know fully. If I knew exactly what the cap is, I remember reading his reports. He says he was kind of blanked on it too. But either way, Ronbo, you could go ahead and release some guys that can bring back. Like you can sign Tyler Gabriel then at like a 3 to 4 or 5. It depends on how much Tyler Gabriel wants. But then also too. We don't know what the extension for Kittle is. I don't know what Kittle wants, what Kittle's thinking of getting. You know what I mean? We don't know fully like what the deal is for Kittle, but I think that's their main priority right now is to go ahead and re-sign Kittle. It's like they're probably their number one, thing that they want to do is bring back Kittle or extend Kittle.
Huh.
So I think once we get that out the way, then we can kind of see what takes place with the cap. But either way, Ronbo, I think we're good. I mean, at 13, I think the 49ers are getting a wide receiver at 13 or Kinlaw. I wouldn't be mad at for Kinlaw just to what is it? Not going to replace Defoe, but to kind of have like a promising outlook. Like, okay, this, we have a rookie. We're not saying he's Defoe. Relax, people. We're not saying he's Defoe just yet, but we are saying like, Kinlaw can come in, run day one, and help out this D line or bolster our D line. But I think Jerry Judy should be the 49ers pick. I don't know what Kyle is thinking. I don't know if the best route runner by far is Jerry Judy. He has the crispiest route runs. He has yak. I just think that Jerry Judy, hands down. They say slow feet don't eat. I'm not saying Ruggs got slow feet, but I just think the better transition to the NFL has always been the best route runner. You can look at Amari Cooper. You can look at guys who ran 4.5s, 4.69s, and Keenan Allen ran a 4.69. He's a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Michael Thomas ran a 4.56. He's a top wide receiver in the league. I mean, I understand. I feel like speed does matter. It obviously does. And if anybody tells you it doesn't, they're an idiot. But I don't think it's like literally the thing that you should draft a player for just based upon speed itself. I think the best route runner gets paid always. You can look at the top 5 route runners. Antonio Brown was not a speeder. He ran a 4.5. 4.5 is still fast, don't get me wrong, but it ain't burning no top off. But guess what? He was one of the best route runners for the longest time. He gets paid. I'm just giving out like Devontae Adams, like just a bunch of guys who aren't fast, but their route running ability has always made them what they are. Kept their livelihood, makes them get paid, makes them the best in the league. And to me, I feel like the best person, Amari Cooper, just got paid $100 million, right? We're talking about him, possibly a top 10 wide receiver in the league. He ran a 4.42, so he has decent speed. But he's the most crispest route runner, and that's who my pro player comp for Jerry Judy is Amari Cooper. I think they have the same abilities again. But I just say Jerry Judy has a bigger frame, which I like for Jerry Judy because he has a bigger frame, and I just think his yards after catch is way better. So I mean, to me, it's Jerry Judy.
But have you heard that Ruggs may have better hands than Judy? You know, also I think Ruggs gets a lot of disrespect.
Judy had more drops than Ruggs without a doubt.
Yeah,
Judy did have more drops than
Ruggs' route running is not as bad as it's being made to look like. They say his route running is not bad. The thing is, Judy's route running is elite. So therefore, no matter how good Ruggs is, if he's not elite, he's not Judy, right? So and Ruggs has got. I understand he's got a little more toughness ability on Judy too. When he catches the ball, it's hell bringing him down. So they both have qualities. It depends on where you want to go. If you have a necessity over another, I guess you might look at it that way. Kyle loves route running, though, so that's going to weigh heavily on his decision. So, yeah, you got a great point, for sure. But, Shay, let me tell you what, let me see you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. Well, it was good talking to you, Ronbo. See you Sunday. And you have a good one, brother. Take it easy. All right, shout out to my TNT family, guys. All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Shay. Hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hayden, did you know that fast guys who run bad routes are called defensive backs? Very funny. Who was? Roll this down. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm reading the chat here, and
yeah, you know.
And I thought that was pretty funny. Brian Ford, go ahead.
So basically, what about Gabriel? I mean, I was talking to you about him. Like I forgot. I think it was like two times we talked ago.
Hayden, I gotta tell you,
I kind of want him.
I did too.
And he'll be cheap though. He won't be like, you know.
He won't be real expensive though because he's looking for a job. And also, why do you get Benjamin when you could have got Gabriel? Because you know what, Benjamin is just a guy for the roster fill.
I was talking to some people and they were confused too. They were like, I did not expect this. Like the free agency, they thought, like what? No one thought this. Like who thought in a million years we would give away DeForest Buckner, get Travis Benjamin, get Kerry Hyder and Joe Walker? No one. Everyone was talking about OBJ.
Yeah.
And
the Dominican Sue.
Gabriel and Dominican Sue and not those names.
And
I think Joe Walker is going to make the team. I think he's going to be special teams.
Yeah, Joe Walker's a good player though. Yeah, he does a good job. And he's that guy you have to have that energy tough guy that can actually come in and start if you run out of starters. So he's pretty versatile. He's not a bad pick. But some of the guys are just there.
Wait, what do you think about Kerry Hyder?
A lot of people like him. I've not seen much of him. Dre loves him, says he does work. I think that was Dre that supported him.
The only thing I like about him, well, not the only thing, but I like that he had his first season with our defensive line coach. So
that matters.
That seems good.
See, that means he fits in Kasurik's system. So guys who work in the system, you got to go get them if they're available. And even if they're having trouble somewhere else, it doesn't mean they're going to have trouble with you because what you do is what they do, right? If you're Chris Kasurik, so yeah, you bring him in.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Dante Pettis. I realized 7 months ago.
Yeah.
We made this, like, meow video.
Yeah.
Dante Pettis on the 49ers. I was like, oh, yeah. No, Dante Pettis, you can meow on another team, please. Instead of laughing on the sidelines.
Hey,
my team's so good even though I don't do anything.
Hey, you're not using your speakerphone, are you? Because you're fading in and out.
No, I'm not using the speaker.
No, okay. Yeah. No, Dante's we're gonna make jokes about Dante till the season starts. I really wish that
like what happened? He was good in the beginning of the season. He won us the Steelers game. He was blocking well, and then he just went to the Cats.
Focus, Hayden. Hayden, do you play football?
No.
Well, you got to remember if you do decide to play, if you're not 100% into it, don't play. That's what Dante's problem is. Dante, I think he's one of those guys who's got a lot of things going
Yeah, I
on.
know. Yeah.
And when he comes out to play football, he's all about that. He seems like one of the guys that doesn't want you to think he's all about that, too. So if you're not, you're going to look like Dante. I think his mind is divided.
Yeah, and I don't like that he's trying to get John Lynch to. Have you seen that post?
No, what?
No. There was like this post on Instagram where there was like this breaking news. It was like, well, it wasn't breaking news, but it was an update. Dante Pettis was like getting John Lynch to keep him. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, no. He's got it on his Instagram? Pettis' Instagram?
No, not on his Instagram, but there was an update. It was like some report.
Okay. Maybe Dante's heard that the 49ers are trying to shop him. Dre mentioned that earlier. Maybe there's more truth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you hear these things, you don't know if it's actually something that somebody said or a rumor started somewhere other than the 49ers front office, but maybe not. Maybe it's true.
And the whole internet.
Well, you know how that goes. So, hey,
I just got one more thing to say.
Real quick.
I didn't talk to you about Ronald Sanders. He was saying he didn't want to. He was for a Niner. He wanted to be with the Niners.
No, he definitely wanted to stay with the 49ers if they would have made him an offer. He likes the 49ers.
I think didn't they make an offer and he declined it?
No. And I think that people above Kyle, if there is such a thing, already had made a decision that they were not going to sign Emmanuel Sanders. You see, because the thing is, George Kittle has to be dealt with soon. The 49ers have $19 million in cash. If you'd have gave most of that, if you'd have gave whatever amount, 16, 14, double, it would have taken away.
I thought you only wanted like 9.
Well, it's true, but it still is a cap hit you have to add up. And also there's going to be a bunch of guys that come out of the draft you got to sign for. So it would have been kind of tough to sign Kittle. So, But anyway.
Our number one thing is Kittle, so.
Yeah, don't worry about Kittle. The 49ers do everything to get him. I'm going to see you Sunday, okay?
No, I know.
All right.
All right, bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Aiden. And we go over to check out and see what's going on with Ellis. Ellis! Ellis. See, the thing, it's not like somebody should be in the car or anything like that because we ain't supposed to be out on the streets, right? So, Ellis, go home before the police ask you what you're doing. Wait a minute. Sheik! Don't know anybody just...
Ronbo! What's going on, man?
Sheik, man. It's just fun here watching. Sometimes I don't know why I'm so entertained by people having troubles, unless they're millionaires. So I look at Jameis Winston and Cam Newton, Jadeveon, I'm all that, and a bag of chips clowning. And they're not getting any offers from anybody. And it has something to do with not being able to call these guys in for physicals. I understand that. They would tell you that too. Man, look here, man. The only reason why I'm not employed is because they think my health is not up to par. I would start laughing. They probably get all pissed off. Jadeveon, you had one good night last year against Joe Staley, who was feeling like a little girl that game. You notice what happened to you when Joe Staley was feeling good? And then everybody said, oh, well, David Clowney had an abdominal strain and he couldn't get it. Oh, you know what? If Joe would have been 100% that night you first beat him up, you would have had an abdominal strain or something else excuse that night too. You would have got contained. God, I love Sheik. I can't tell you how much I appreciate saying that. You saw me. You see me when I'm fighting with a lot of Seahawks fans like to mess with me, right?
Oh,
and I love.
yeah,
I spend all day
they're coming back you up.
Working on them. I notice I love it. Who do they think they are? Sheik, they got one ring. One.
Just one.
God. Shut
Just like the
up.
Rams and 0 with their Cardinals. All of a sudden, these Cardinal fans are going to jump up out of the cuts, too. So that's another
Get ready
one.
for that.
You can think of Hopkins. Oh, yeah. But, Robo, let me bring that with the Winston situation. Like you said, it's hard to do, medical on these guys. with his eye surgery supposedly he had or something like that. It's hard to like have an interview with, hey, how you doing? Check him out. Hey, who knows? He might have a filter on the on the video if they talk to him. I see he was right. I'm looking at you. Put the filter on. Put the filter on.
and why are your eyes so tight? Can't you open up? I mean, what is the problem, Jameis? No, I had it done. I had it fixed. The screen's over to your left, Jameis. No, I mean, I'm just saying, How do you have a quarterback that can't see? I feel so sorry for him when they said he had that problem. And you see him sitting on the bench in some scenes. He is all squinted up. He can't see. Why don't you tell somebody, Jameis, instead of throwing all those picks, you idiot. Now you have no excuse other than you did it. God.
Yeah, and you have Cam Newton with all those muscles, but no brain at all with his personality. So hey, you could build it, but
Yeah. Bucky Brooks wants him to come to San Francisco. Sheik, why is it that every media people always want everything to go to San Francisco? Like Jimmy G is not a quarterback. The disrespect is driving me nuts. I hope it's bothering Jimmy G. I can't wait to see him next year. God.
Just watch, Ronbo. Oh, Derek Carr, he used to be able to play in the Bay. He wants to come to San Francisco. Just watch, Ronbo. Just watch. We're going to laugh it off like the other guys are, they're coming in.
God, stop picking on him.
Yeah.
He wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he's not. His record, it's right there in front of everybody. People might say, oh, his defense. Well, go look at the New Orleans game. Go look at the Rams game. Most of the guys were not even available playing in that game. So just look at the tape.
He had several games. He can't tell Kyle what to do. Kyle's running as a game plan. If Kyle says, I want to run the ball, I'm going to run the ball. Don't blame G.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah. And it's not, they're not going to butt heads too. He's going to listen to his coach, and what's working is working. Everybody was on the page, so that we'll see what they're doing.
His name is
run the ball,
Manning.
But you probably saw. Let me turn the page a little bit, Ronbo. Like you all saw like the John Lynch video he posted earlier today about like his situation of how he's going to be doing a draft and where he's going to be, his war zone.
I didn't read that. I saw it though. What they were talking about.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's nice to be in your home and this and that, but not having the opportunity to look at talent, interview talent. It's one of the difficult. That's why I knew from a fact, like in January, and I knew, all the guys that we have in free agency, we're just going to bring our guys. But even Kyle said it. But a situation that came in the hand, I was like, we're not going to sign anybody. There's no way in hell.
Unless you can talk to them, you're right.
You can't even look at these guys. You can't even talk to them.
Can't examine them.
Can't examine them. All these guys I like coming from the injury. We already know what Ronald Blair is. We already know he got his tape, but we have his medical all right there. But these other guys, we're not sure of. So, with the situation in the draft, we just have to watch the tape and what we heard, and call those doctors of the school, see how he's doing. That's the only way we would do it. But I trust Kyle and Lynch what they're doing. And we're definitely getting a wide receiver on the 13th pick. And it's not going to be Ruggs. Because Ruggs, I'd rather have a different type of player. Jared Judy is a beast. I would love to have him. Or C.D. Lamb. Those two guys. And one of them, if they go, say, for example, the Jets get him, then you might have to consider try to trade over them before they get, if we know that you're going to get them. Because we cannot miss on those two players, Ronbo.
Somebody said the Jets are projected to pick up. So I thought I heard who they were supposedly going to pick up, but I guess there's no way to prove that. But yeah.
Yeah, but if they were smart, they will go for a tackle because everybody knows your core is your offensive line and your defensive line.
Yeah, that's what the Jets should be going after. Because Darnold, he was under extreme pressure every snap, so they got to do something about that pretty bad, or else the offense is going anywhere.
Yeah, and if you go get a nice weapon and all that, but how are you going to throw to a guy if you're going to get sacked and all these pressures on you? So that doesn't that high name price of a wide receiver. Yeah, exactly. So you gotta build in your core, and I think the Jets should go for an offensive lineman, and then obviously the deep in the wide receiver is very deep as well. The Raiders are just going to go with that speed guy. They might go for CD. Who knows? They might make a big move and get their Ruggs because everybody knows the Raiders always love those fast, speedy wide receivers.
I know historically they've been their thing. Yeah, that's true.
Like Harrod Bay, for example, and there's other wide receivers.
It goes all the way back to Cliff Branch. I mean, they always had some guy. Well, that's when they had the Bruce Arians game. They were, going deep downfield on every other shot.
Right. Yeah. But what are you looking into, Ronbo? I know you're, quarantined. Everybody's quarantined right now, and then shout out to every faithful and everybody's calling. Hopefully, everybody's all right and everything. Hard times and all that, but
it'll pass.
Are you doing good, Ronbo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll pass.
Yeah, it'll pass.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, I'm not going to go as far as to say, but I do have a feeling that this peaks out at the end of April.
I hope so too.
I know. Guys got to get back. We got to wish for that.
Sometimes things happen for a reason, Ronbo, and everybody comes together again. With all the negative that going on, even if football related, whatever the situation is, we come together back, and that's what I'm wishing for the world and our 49ers. Because they're going to come back and win.
All right.
So we're stronger than ever, Ronbo. But anyways, Ronbo, I know you got to go.
We got to go.
Faithful, hit that like for Ronbo support. Sub, share. Go Niners. Shout out to the Ronbo chat. Shout out to Will, Jersey Joe, Will Smith. Well, I just call him Will Smith. Will. And everybody in the chat, baby. We love you. Take care of yourself and stay home. Later.
All right. Thanks, Sheik. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
Later. See you Sunday.
All right, bro. Hey, John V, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I love these pairs, man. The creativity with these pairs is awesome. Yes. Go. Hey, let's see if Ellis is ready. Ellis. L. And Jarrell Songler says, Michael Nobriga, Debo can't be a number one receiver because he has so many roles on the offense. See, that's very true. The thing is about Kyle, though, it's like there is a lot of our receivers their card doesn't say anything more than offensive weapon because most of our guys have. When you look at all our receivers, we have a couple of guys that all they do is catch the ball. But some of the other guys, you look at Debo, who else? Debo is one of a kind on our team, come to think of it. Yeah. But yeah, Debo is like, he'll just kill you in so many different ways. Jimmy 49 number 96, a quick question for the chat. Which team do you think is looking to trade up to the 49ers for that 31st pick? I like that question a lot. I got to look at that. I can't imagine. Did somebody mention Indianapolis earlier in the evening? Because Indy is like on a tear right now. So I can see them. They're only about 4 or 5 spots behind us, right? With that 31st pick when I say that. And they could be because they're just going nuts, man. They're just like trading up in the first round. I don't know what they'd be going after. But they're really, since losing what's his name, they're just going for broke. Now they got their, okay. I don't know about picking up. The quarterback situation, though, that was kind of, anyway. Well, let's see what happens. Alice, you ready? I think Alice is.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Because I was thinking Alice is.
Sir, I'm here.
Alice, come on in, man. Because, right now, we're looking at, there are some guys that are available. And being the criminal mind that I am, I say, some of those guys are out there, whether it be the offensive lineman, a wide receiver, a secondary player, something like that. I call them up. Yeah, it's John Lynch. John Lynch 49ers? Yeah, who else? Listen, I know you're not working right now, and I've got a base salary to offer you. It's not a lot of money, but it's got an incentive plan that goes on and on. Would you be interested in that? And I'm figuring no matter who it is, hell yeah, I would.
Exactly.
So I was thinking, go get somebody, man. For one of the offensive linemen. I don't know about wide receiver because that's a very Ellis, I just don't. The wide receiver thing is the biggest question mark in my mind right now. You got Goodwin still on the roster. How come? Are you going to keep him or not? Since all the questions and rumors have been going around. You haven't got Taylor Gabriel. He could have came in and hit the ground running. Literally. Play on words there. You know. What are you thinking?
Man, it's really hard to say because I mean we got the linebacker and we got that defensive lineman and from Detroit, and then we got the guy from the Cardinals, which I like. I actually like his pass. I like him in the pass protection. He's aggressive. I kind of liked how he was playing against us a little. I mean, I didn't like him. You know, like, oh, he's a good player, but he is a pretty good player. I remember he had that hold. We got that hold from him on use check down on the sideline. He was pissed off, but I was like, that guy's playing pretty good defense. So, I mean, I guess we kind of been just it doesn't look like we've been picking any really, really head turners or whatever kind of word you want to use.
Blue chips.
When it comes to players. And then we got what was that, Benjamin? Is it Travis Benjamin?
Yeah. A wide receiver that everybody see. Everybody knows Travis, but we also know Travis isn't bringing nothing to the table that is going to make anybody crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I know. It's kind of like a bit lackluster. So I don't really know what's going on. And I think because maybe John and Kyle are as confident as they are in the fact that we were able to retain the majority of our guys, that maybe it's not a sense of urgency that that we are in need of getting any big names or making any big moves, and considering the fact that we don't really have the finances to do really all what we could or maybe want to do, that we're just having to kind of settle a little bit. It's kind of like what it's seeming like, but I don't think we're getting like low quality players. So I'm not too disappointed. It's kind of like, it's a question mark there. And like I said, the receiver situation, what are we doing with Marquise? What's going on with Dante? I'm hearing that, there's some things going on that they could be potentially still on the block for a trade. So maybe it's going to come down to the wire and we might see them get shipped out, as we get closer to, draft night and everything. And, so it's kind of just like a weight game right now, but it's hard to really say. I don't think we're going to get Taylor Gabriel. If we wouldn't keep Emmanuel Sanders, why would we get Taylor Gabriel? If the money was the problem, are we going to be able to get Taylor Gabriel for cheaper than?
Taylor's not Emmanuel Sanders. Taylor is mostly a vertical threat and a gimmick player. Taylor's not. Yeah, they're not on the same level or in the same tier.
Right.
So if you get Emmanuel for 8, you can get Taylor for 5 or 6 right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that may be a conversation. But after getting Travis Benjamin, I doubt that happens right now.
How much?
Considering that,
Alice, how much they pay Travis? What's his 1-year contract worth?
I couldn't even tell you, champ. I didn't even get to look at the particulars with the number.
I think the money. It must be embarrassing. I don't even think to put the money out there for anybody to see.
You got a couple of cases of water and some,
some toilet paper. Since that's the biggest commodity out there now,
Exactly. That's gold right now on the market. So they filled his house up. But it's still really one way to kind of say what's going to happen here. I feel like we're going to come out strong out of the draft. We're going to get some players, that we hadn't seen. We got later round picks. I feel like that 31st is still going to be up for up for a couple of switches for some second and a third. And I think we should still do something with that.
13, yeah. Oh, you said 31st, yeah. 31. I think most of us agree that they're going to trade that if somebody will just ask.
Somebody wants that damn pick, man. They just need to go on and they need to get it cooking. I think it's because it's going to come down to the wire, and maybe some of these guys are going to wait until draft day, depending on who goes up early, who goes up later than expected. Yep. And some guys might want to say, "Oh shit, let's hit the Niners and let's try to get that 31st." And maybe they'll want to do something, with us. But we need to get rid of that. I'm just, Ellis, I like it.
You're right. And you know what I predict, Ellis? I figured like this, 49ers are going to get what they want at 13. I think they're going to keep that. But beyond that, they're going to give themselves a margin, say, between 13 and 21 before they start entertaining, because they may want one more player. And they're thinking, if he lasts to 25, we can probably get this guy. They'll look at the trend and what's going on. You never know in the draft. It's kind of scary. And then if nobody bites, if he's still there at 25, and somebody, maybe we'll entertain. If he's gone before 25, as soon as we get a phone call in, we're taking the first person who calls in that wants to trade that 31 pick. But they probably do have a second player. If they can get him in the first round, they'll get him. If not, because we got a good team, Ellis. You can't, there's no point bringing in a lot of guys to look at.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I think that's why we're not hearing so much. We have such so much hoopla over. Oh, we got this player, that player. Everybody else is kind of doing that this year. It's not really our year to make a big move. Maybe we'll do that next year. The year after, we'll get somebody big in. Maybe I don't know, Odell. If things don't work out with our receiving core this year, then we have to get somebody big. We got to get us an Odell. We got to get somebody in that caliber or range, because everybody else is stacking up trying to get ready for us right now. You can see that going on clearly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I did look at Jalen Reagor tape. I looked at Henry. I looked at Ruggs, and I looked at there was one other of those receivers that we were talking about, and I actually liked their tape, at least the highlight tapes. When I looked at Judy and I looked at CeeDee Lamb, I didn't really see them standing out as much as maybe it's just because of the tape that I got to watch, the actual highlight. But Jalen Reagor is looking good, man, and Ruggs is looking good, and Reagor's probably not going to be, going up until probably maybe like the second round or something like that if he's lucky. I don't know, because he doesn't seem to be getting too much talking about it. So if we get that 31st. And we swap it out for a second and a fourth, maybe we can incorporate him, or try and get Ruggs in there. Them boys is looking good, man. There was one other receiver, damn it, I forgot off the top of my head that you were talking about. Go ahead, champ.
No, there's all kind of options and scenarios, but we're out of time though. Fam,
what about Kinlaw? Are we doing defense? I didn't get a chance. Lastly, before we go, fam. What was we talking about the 13th? Was there anyone talking about us still getting somebody defensively, or was it generally everybody talking about receivers tonight? I haven't been able to keep up because I was running around.
There are those who want to get a defender at 13. And we just looked at the unlikeliness of it due to the fact that. But yeah, because the defense is so good, you don't really need to go crazy in the first round with the defense, but you do need to go crazy with the offense, because the offense is probably a little step behind your defense right now, just to bring it up to speed with the D. So. But anyway, but there's no promises. It could be. Ellis, we got to go, though, fam.
Yeah, we're going to see.
I'll look for you Sunday.
When we back, champ.
Right.
Okay, Sunday.
Yeah.
Right on, fam. I appreciate you waiting on me, Ronbo, man. Shout out to you as always, y'all. Like, subscribe, man. Download that Ronbo Sports app. Shout out to you as always. Everybody stay safe out there. Ronbo, please take care of yourself. I thought you was coming back Wednesday, and I said, man, I hope ain't nothing happen to Ronbo, man. I'm just saying, I was naturally concerned, my brother. I said, hold on, man, where my fam at, man? What's going on?
I got behind in another project.
All good, champion. Okay, I'll talk to you Sunday.
Appreciate it.
Thank you as always. Stay blessed.
Night. Oh, man, Ellis. Hey, 203 area code. Oh, nah.
What's going on, Ronbo?
203. What is your name, please?
Hey, what's going on, man? My name is Junius. Man, first I got to give
Did you say Julius? Because you broke up there.
Junius with an N. It's like genius.
Oh, I like that. Junius.
It's Junius. Yeah, brother. Yes.
All right.
Big ups to Trey from Virginia, who helped me get in contact with you tonight. Ronbo,
hey,
I've been listening to you now, man. Yeah, man, I've been listening to you now, man. You have gotten me through offseason. You got me through the Super Bowl hangover. And I'm so glad I found your show, man. God bless you. I love you, man. I love you.
Thanks, Julius. Good God, thanks.
Let me tell you what's killing me, man. What's killing me? All this Odell Beckham Jr. talk is killing me. Listen, I'm on the East Coast. I got Jets. I got Patriots. I got Giants. Ooh. I saw Odell Beckham pretty much every week just because that's the regional game.
Yeah.
Listen, his stats are a bit deceiving. any decent receiver is going to have 1,000 yards. You know that, Ronbo.
Yes.
Why everybody is just enamored by this guy who is just a prima donna, a diva. He doesn't like water. He leaves the sidelines. Like, the baseball bat incident, like all this stuff that comes with him. Like, he is the last person we want. This is the team that had Jerry Rice,
yes.
Steve Young,
yes.
Ronnie Lott. Like, we have class in our history. To bring this guy along, like, no, guys. No, man. No, Ronbo, please. And I look at you, Ronbo, I'm not going to speak for you. Because sometimes I look at you, man, and I'm like, damn, Ronbo's probably saying, what the hell y'all talking about?
No, I do. Julius, I ask people, if you're going to get Odell, okay, you make a trade, you do this, you do that, boom. Odell's on his way to Santa Clara. How you going to pay him? Nobody cares about that. Get him. No. And now what we do? Now we do a Los Angeles Rams. You got Jalen Ramsey. Everybody, all the LA is just jumping up and down. How you going to pay him?
Exactly.
Can't pay him.
Rumble. And that would cripple the franchise, for seasons to come. Guys would just be peeling away because there won't be any money. I say, like everyone else, get one of these young cat receivers, man. Look, we saw what Debo did as a rookie, what Bosa did as a rookie. Like, it's possible. And I just think, man, if we can land one of those, whether it's CD, I love Judge Judy, but if we get either one of the top three, Ruggs is the other guy you've been talking about, I will be so happy. And man, Christmas will come in April, It will come in April, man. But listen, this is my first time, not my last time calling Ronbo. Again, I love you, man. I love your show. Like, you keep me up 4 nights a week. And my family thinks I'm crazy. But, yo, bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Judy. That's awfully flattering, fam. Appreciate it. But yeah,
all right, brother.
You and I think alike too, because I'm telling you right now. Every time I hear, no matter where I am, social media, anything, it's something. Sometimes you should just leave it alone and keep walking. I still think about how you gonna pay him? What are you gonna pay him with? How you gonna pay him? And people sometimes will say, well, we can always do this and we can do that. No, you can't. You're looking for money now, trying to play George Kittle. You're gonna bring him in for what? You're gonna pay him with what? You're going to tell George, we got OBJ, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we love you and all, but no, it's not going to happen. George Kittle is priority 1. OBJ ain't involved. You trying to tell people, man, stop when OBJ's not coming. Anyway. Juniors? Oh, all right, Juniors, anyway, appreciate you, fam. Love you back, too. I'll see you Sunday. Hey, and I know how Tyler feels about OBJ. Tyler!
Ronbo, my man.
I haven't talked to you in a little while. I see you online here and there. But you've been
I've had a lot going on, man.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've had a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. I had a lot going on. Earlier this month, my grandpa passed away tragically.
Oh no!
I know he's been in the hospital for a few weeks, and then he had a major stroke on the other side of his brain.
Oh.
And he passed away. So I've had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Especially after the Super Bowl, I've been hurt from that too. So 2020 has not been very kind to me.
Sounds like that. But it's too much. I mean, watching a relative, and if you're like me, your grandparents. I actually was close with my grandparents and my parents, because you know how your grandparents are. They're the sweetest people in the world.
Exactly.
And it hurts to lose them.
Yeah, I know. It was close. Me and him are real close. But, I mean,
I'm sorry,
so I'm back. Here to talk to Ronbo, man.
Well, good, Tyler. It's always therapeutic to talk about something that's fun when you're not feeling good. 49ers are a lot of fun right now. But mysteries are circling, man. I mean, there's a few things that you just can't figure out no matter how much you're doing. I mean, we all assume about the 13th pick. And you look at those free agents that are out there, and you say, wow, I bet those guys can be gotten for cheap. They're looking for a job. Offer them anything. I mean, you don't want to cheat them, but still.
Yeah,
well, yeah, you do. This is a business. Maybe you do want to cheat them, Tanner, we'll give you $3 million, but listen, wait, before you say no, The incentive package is going to bring you up around 9 if you can meet all the standards we set for you. You know,
get him over here, man. It's another 600 yards of production right there.
Well, yeah. If you know, but the thing is, I don't know what Kyle's plan is in the draft. What if he's looking at Ruggs? But then again, you don't want to. That's a scary thing, though. But go ahead.
Ruggs, I'm telling you that right now. It's either Jerry Judy or CeeDee Lamb. We get one of them boys.
Lamb or Judy? Could be.
Okay, let me put it like this. If Jerry Judy's on the board, we're taking him. If he's not on the board, but CeeDee Lamb is on the board, we are taking him. If neither of those two are on the board and Ruggs is on the board, I don't know what the plan is. They might take him because he's fast and he can run routes very well considering his speed.
Yeah, and that's hard to find.
Already a route.
Usually it's one or the other. You don't have a guy that can run route and speed.
Yeah, and then I said he's a more polished route runner than Tyreek Hill was coming out of college.
That's saying a
Scary.
lot. Actually, Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill does not. Tyreek's not running routes. He's just smoking people. That's how he. So that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we have to. If Jerry Judy, who was it? Mel Kiper. He said, if we get Jerry Judy, good luck to the rest of the NFC. It's over.
Yeah, because that's a good combination between Judy and Debo, and also
Debo.
Yeah, see that's
George Kittle.
Yeah, and then
that run
those
game.
three on the field at the same time. That's pretty dramatic. And then what if Trent Taylor's fine? See now,
Taylor's gonna come.
Man, good God, that would be an offensive.
It's gonna be scary. And then think about this: we lose Buckner. Sure. Here's the thing: there are people that are saying, "Oh, they lost Buckner. He was the best player on that D line." I'm like, time out. What? No. First of all, Nick Bosa's the best player on that D line. Second, as long as you have two elite edge rushers and you have somebody at least competent in the middle, they're going to collapse the pocket. It's going to happen. As long as you got two elite edge rushers, and we still got Eric Armstead too. We just have to find somebody to fill the void or just rotate those three guys. I believe DJ Jones will start, but I don't know how long he can go, so they'd rotate.
Because he gets hurt.
Guys.
But DJ Jones he's gotten so much better since he got drafted. Last year, I didn't know who he was out there. So he's come a long ways, and he is going to contribute a lot. Now, how much is the question? And Tyler, think about this for a minute. Solomon Thomas may have his best year next year. Why? It's his contract year. And number two, he has to get more snaps. Could that make a difference?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. They traded Buckner because maybe they're seeing something in Solomon Thomas. We're like, hey, we can plug him in the middle and not have very much of a drop-off. Now, people were saying Solomon Thomas is a bust. He is a bust as of right now.
Yeah.
But if we can plug him in and he's effective, like he's a good run stopper. You got him in the middle. He's decent in the middle. Now let's see what kind of step he can take, because it is his contract year, and not just that. He's really trying to. I mean, we could not necessarily his contract year because we can pick up his option.
Could pick up a 50-year option. We could change our mind on that. That's true.
Yeah. So I think Solomon Thomas will take a step. I think he said something about really busting his tail this offseason or something.
But he does that every year, Tanner. Nobody works harder than Solomon Thomas in the offseason. This is what worries me about him. Because Solomon, you worked so hard, and this is all you got to show.
Yeah, I mean, but we're gonna have a rotation of guys in the middle. Armstead will be out there a majority of the time because the thing is, Armstead and Buckner are both great. When it comes down to it, Eric Armstead just has more of a man look to him. Buckner's got that baby face. Armstead looks like a friggin' man.
I love what you're basing it on, too.
Yeah.
Honestly, people don't give Eric enough credit, but he's got a lot of athleticism. He's got a little more athleticism than Buckner, actually.
Yeah, he got home more, too, last year. Eric Armstead took a big jump, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to keep him because, one, he looks more like a man. Buckner looks like a baby. Yes, they're both 6'7" and monsters, but Armstead's bigger, and he looks more like a man. Okay, we're gonna bring him back.
I gotta remember this. It's about looking manly. Well, Dante Pettis can finish. I mean, forget it then, because there's no manliness there.
We're trading him, man. Trade for Seth Brown, pick and get him.
We gotta go, Tyler.
Get that cap hit out of here.
I'll see you Sunday, Tyler. I'm hoping to see you
Here's
Sunday.
the thing about Dante, though. Dante's a cat. We need dogs.
and the junkyard type, not just your average dog. I want that one. If you jump over the fence, the dog's not going to bark. He hopes you make it over the fence.
Yeah, Dante is like that. Dante's like that cat that's in heat, man. The female cat that's in heat, man. When they're on their period.
Tyler, we got to go. Look at you. Now you're going too far anyway. Tyler, I'll see you Sunday. Have a great night.
Fire Niner for life, forever faithful. Bye-bye.
Oh, God. I do enjoy junkyard dogs, though. That's the dog that if the finally guy gets over the fence, and now it's too late to run because he's right up on you. And if you do run, see, because if you can't look at the back, he's going to take all this out back here, the heels and the shoes. I mean, you know, I guess all you can do is drop down to your knees and start praying. Because if it's a Rottweiler, a Bulldog, someone of those, it's over, man. The dog's getting ready to tear you up unless your owner's somewhere near and he can get that dog off of you. A Doberman? Oh, my God. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Ronbo.
Josh. Well, Josh, something matter we're wondering now is, of all those free agents that are left out there, are there any of them that appeal to you? Should the 49ers bring any of these guys in?
No, I think we're kind of done, shopping around on that. I think we're just more focused on the draft now. Of executing the masterminded plan that Kyle knows and, John knows, and nobody else has no idea what the hell they're going to do. I think they're just solely focusing on that.
Mm. And they should. We've already seen with those players that are out there that are looking for jobs. We've already seen what they're capable of. And Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one that amuses me the most. Jadeveon's got a very large perception of himself to think that whatever the Seattle was paying, whatever they offered, he was worth more than that. Jadeveon barely made it through the season. What did he get, 3 or 4 sacks or something like that, coming off the edge? And he was the main guy?
Yeah, I think he had like 4 or 5, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, but he wants as much money as what Buckner's getting, though.
If I was the owner,
so that's not going to happen.
He'd be so mad because I started laughing like I am now. You think that's funny? Well, yeah, I mean, Jadeveon. I mean, what have you? I mean, you don't remind me of Aaron Donald in any way. So, I mean, why?
No, doesn't he have a sports hernia?
Yeah, and he's probably using that. They're probably arguing that. Well, he's going to get that procedure taken care of in the off months. What's he going to look like? Is he going to be ready for the regular season? It's just too many ifs and buts. If he's smart, he goes back
Probably
and takes
not.
whatever the Hawks offered.
Yeah, he should stick with the Seagulls. That's his best chance.
Besides, what's his name? Quentin Nelson over in Indianapolis, right? Is his last name Nelson? Who's that offensive guard in Indy?
I think it is.
Yeah. Owns him, completely owns him. And he was healthy when Nelson was pancaking him out there.
Yeah.
But Josh, that's it. Hey, Josh, and also address the 13 and 31. We do this all the time, but it's pretty funny. Our minds are going to change every time we get together about 13 and 31, depending upon what content comes through the news, right? So I've not heard anything that's make me change if Kyle's going to take a wide receiver with the number 13, but what are you thinking?
Well, like I mentioned the last time I called in, Ronbo, I really don't know what they're going to do this year because we don't need that many pieces. We really don't. Yeah. He could go offensive line, or he could go, defensive tackle. He could go wide receiver. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised at any one of them, though. The first pick, I'm not going to be very surprised because I have no idea what he's going to go with. But he could wait to draft a wide receiver later on because, like I mentioned, the possibility of Jalen Hurd coming back. I know he hasn't played a regular season yet, but he was looking good in preseason and in practice too.
Oh,
and if he comes back, we're not going to need to get a wide receiver as bad as we would if he isn't going to come back.
But Trent Taylor's fine.
So, I mean,
these are things that a lot of us aren't even thinking about. We're just saying we see the gold. It's that thing where the other side of the fence, right? This guy looks awesome, but we don't know anything about him. The 49ers haven't been able to call him in for a demo of anything. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, and, we're not going to know until OTAs, for them to get scanned, by their medical staff there to see if they're good to go or not.
Right.
That's if that'll even happen with, the whole coronavirus thing going on. So, I mean, it's hard to say, I know everybody thinks we're going wide receiver. I would not be surprised if we didn't go with a wide receiver in the first pick.
Who can you imagine them taking anyway at 13?
I don't know. I think maybe a cornerback.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Colin Johnson?
No, I have not heard of him.
Which is really funny. And I'll just tell you this. He's a wide receiver. I think he's out of Texas. Go get some tape of Colin Johnson. I have a feeling, and a lot of people describe him as a Madden. He does things that humanly don't make any sense. I have a feeling Colin is going to get drafted ahead of people. The thing is, you need to call him in to see what's going on with it. I understand he missed a lot of games when he played 7 games last year. He's getting here. The guy is 6'6", and he moves like a guy 5'9", okay? And he does some acrobatic things. What I'm seeing of his film, he makes OBJ look like he's a wimp. And not only a wimp, but unskilled. This guy's cat-like quickness at that size is just unbelievable. And as I say, people describe him as a Madden invention. It's not to be believed.
Okay.
So, yeah, Colin. I would recommend anybody look up Colin. It's with 1 L, no 2 L's. Colin, Collin Johnson. You won't believe it. But I know the 49ers know who he is.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out.
Yeah.
I'll have to check him out for sure. Yeah, honestly, Ronbo, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm ready for draft to get here. So that way we could stop, speculating and just finally get the answers and, get prepared for the season.
I know. Double fun.
One more thing, Ronbo, before I get off the line. Right. Hey, Texas boy, get out of your uncle's shower.
Oh, is that you? I don't know why he comes over to get away. You guys, we've stopped working Rudy and went to Texas boy. All right, Josh. Have a good night. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo, thanks, man.
Oh, God. So anyway, Adrian Belgrave says they need someone to replace C.J. Beathard. Adrian, I know why you said that, Adrian, because you would like to see Cam Newton come to San Francisco. 49ers are not about – what would Cam Newton want as far as a payday? To come and sit down? Because, first of all, it's tough. No matter what anybody thinks, it is tough trying to get in. First of all, sit down and study Kyle Shanahan's offensive playbook for what God knows how long. And it depends on your IQ and comprehension level, how long it's going to take you to actually get it. And now you got to come out there and do what you do or apply what you've learned. You got to go out there and see if you can work it with the receivers who are already a step ahead of you, right? So it's a real mess. Everybody can't play in Kyle Shanahan's offense like people think. Nick Mullins is worth his weight in gold. Why? Because Kyle can call him right now. If something goes wrong, get in there, Nick, let's go. And he knows Nick's going to be fine. He's going to be able to carry the program. He's going to be able to execute like Kyle wants him to and get the things done. Now, I know what you say, well, why is he starting? Well, now he may not be able to do it as well as Jimmy. Some people would argue that, but he's good. Mullins is definitely good. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. Hopefully we get to see him this preseason. I don't know what Nick looks like now, but Jimmy's still above. So, yeah, Johnson. Okay, thank you, Texas boy. Texas boy. There's Texas boy. Some information. He says Johnson stays injured. When you're 6'6" and move like he does, though, I could see him being injured a lot. But my God, he can play. So anyway, Fam, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go kick back, act stupid, eat like we do since we're not having to go outside. Or else, you can go out with your eat, but don't be doing too much. Anyway, fam, hey, have a good night. Take all the precautions. Please do not catch this. We want this. Ideally, what we want on draft night, they're saying things like, well, the upward trajectory has flattened. We're headed toward better days ahead as we check out the draft and life returns to normal. Anyway, fam. Hey, fam, please don't forget to hit the like. I can't wait to see you Sunday. Have a great night.